Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to learn more from me, I have a lot of classes on Udemy. You can find the links to a lot of those in the description.
Okay, so randomly inspired to make this topic because I've been doing a lot of magic and stuff lately, and when if you've read my book Magical Theater, you can find that on Amazon. You can find the link to that stuff in the description and whatnot, probably through my link tree. But if you've read my first book, Magical Theater, in one of the chapters, I talk about, setting the atmosphere for your rituals and stuff. And we're talking music here. So as I've been doing rituals, for various purposes, I pick theme music because music, it's very integral to I play a lot of video games and stuff, and I watch a lot of movies, so, there's always a background score that kind of sets the mood, sets the scene, stuff like that. And you can do the same kind of thing with magic and your rituals. Everyone can think of a song that makes them mad, that makes them happy, that makes them, solemn, and like different sound, different kinds of moods. Music will put you in a mood. It sets the tone, right? And you can, for example, have music going on in the background of your rituals. I highly suggest ones that do not have words in them. So, we're talking mainly instrumental stuff. So you can find a lot of stuff from like movies or electronica or video games, things like that. Those are kind of the best ones, the best music to have, in my opinion, unless the words, and I mean every word in a particular song, goes along with your intention. If a song has someone's random name in it, like Jesse's Girl or something, and you ain't doing something about someone named Jesse, guess what? That doesn't work, right? Good song though. Brings back a lot of memories. Anyway, so when we're setting the tone and setting the stuff for ritual, you might want to make a whole playlist of different things for a particular mood. If you're going to do like a binding or a banishing or something, you want to have some like upbeat and angry music or something. I tend to use a lot of like battle music from stuff from like Zelda and Age of Calamity, Hyrule Warriors, stuff like that. Maybe even Metroid, different stuff like that. Or some movie scores, or if you're going for just regular spiritual stuff, you can have a lot of new age jazz, some electronica like David Arkenstone, or, any of those kinds of things, Lord of the Rings, jazz like that kind of background stuff. One of the things that was really, really cool that I was doing the other night was, I've been working on some manifestation and attraction spells for some people because I do magic for hire. If you're interested, you can always email me about that. And when I was working those, I basically had my phone on shuffle. And when I went from one phase of the ritual to the next, the songs really changed at the appropriate time. And the words that came with those different songs really fit the mood and the target that I was trying to achieve at each individual part of the ritual. And I mean, in magic, we don't say like coincidences. That kind of stuff just happens, and it's more the synchronicity stuff. Although I don't really like that word because it makes me sound like a hippie, where we're all going to move into 5D. Everybody, just hit me for even saying that. God, I feel soiled. Now I'm thinking of a quote from Wizard and Glass from Stephen King. But anyways, so what I challenge you guys to do is to start creating some playlists for your rituals, some things that you can listen to, and not just have like, okay, I'm going to play this one album or something, but create a whole playlist that's got various kinds of moods and things, different kind of mood music, and set it on shuffle when you start working a ritual, and see if you can follow the energy of the song or songs as you are moving through the phases of your ritual, and really experiment with how those different songs and the different music makes you feel, and try to really be metacognitive about this and really understanding okay, this song is raising my energy. This song is, making me feel more mellow. What is this song bringing up for me right now? What's the energy that I'm moving? How does it feel differently now that this song is on versus the last one? Because, music really touches our emotions, right? And emotions is one of the big keys for magical energy and raising it. If you read Magical Theory, you would know that too, along with Magical Mechanics. Two of my books, check them out. And just doing this as an exercise will really get you to understand the different states that your mind and your body can be in, along with the energy that you're raising. Because manipulating your energy and being able to call up certain emotions and feel what each of those things is like is not only good for magic and being able to raise energy and, focus it and use it, but also in everyday life where you're going to, depending on what your job or different situations that you get yourself into, you're going to notice a lot faster when you start to get a little agitated, when you start to feel a little sad, when you start to feel really, really happy. Maybe you don't want to be angry. Maybe you don't want to be sad. Hey, maybe you don't even want to be happy at the moment, and you just want to focus on some other stuff, like you're working through something, or you really just want to focus on whatever the heck is making you mad so you can fix it. But being able to understand and really get in touch with how you feel and how different emotions feel can really help you to, both in the magic and the mundane, to take control of where your energy goes. So try that as a little bit of an experiment. Next time that you're in ritual, put on some music on shuffle and just go about it and see how that changes. It might lead to your rituals being more successful. It might lead to the energy kind of dipping. And I mean, disclaimer here, if one that is totally not appropriate or whatever to the ritual that you're doing comes on, then one, maybe it shouldn't have been in that playlist that you're doing anyway. And two, skip it. So like, for example, as I'm like refining all this stuff, let's say that you're going to do, a binding or a banishing, right? Have a bunch of songs where the theme is about that kind of mood, but don't set an order for them, because then as you shuffle through them, it's going to take you off guard. It's going to be that little bit of uncertainty that then is going to act very novel to you. And it's probably going to aid you in your raising of energy and getting your magic to arguably work more effective. So you could have a playlist for, attraction spells and like abundance and things like that. Then you could have a playlist for like bindings and banishings and, like the more aggressive kind of stuff. This way, you can have another thing in your toolkit that's going to add to your atmosphere that you're making when you step into your temple and you do the whole casting in the circle and raising all of your energy and invoking your gods and goddesses and the 4 watchtowers and all that stuff. So really play around with this idea and see how it works for you. Or if you have done that kind of thing, let me know. I want to hear your stories. Good hunting.
Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.